Okay, so hello everyone. Hello. We are going to try it again to do our flights from Bucaramanga, Colombia to Bogota. So let's try it. We are going to update. We're going to create edit the flight, and we have to generate it again, I guess. So as we can see here, we are going to start from Bucaramanga, and then we're gonna go we're gonna take off from runway 35 into Ija, transition into Ija, and then we're gonna go from using route G431 into Gypso. From Gypso, we're gonna get Gypso. So let me show you. I'm sorry. So we go from 35 into Gypso using G431 route, and then from Gypso we are going to go on to Vulam using route A567. And when we get into our Vulam, this is where we're going to have our descent, and this is where we're going to start preparing the plane for landing, and we're going to land on runway 14 left in El Dorado, Bogota. Okay, so that's the plan. We're going to have to use a little bit of ChatGPT because we need some assistance. Google, or not ChatGPT, Gemini. But that is the plan. Okay, so let's do it. So as we said before, we have 17 runway 35 Palo Negro into 14L El Dorado. So we do that. 35 Palo Negro onto Bogota. 14 left, and we click on start flight. Let's do it. In the meantime, I'm gonna send the flight plan to the AI so that it can help us a little bit with some feeling. It's not like everything, but some of the feeling is like a little problematic, so we have to like okay, so we are ready to start from Bucaramanga. So we click on ready to fly, and the first thing that we need to do right now is log on to our number 5, which is our flight details, or our iPad, and then we import the flight from SimBrief Plan, which is the website that we are using right now. Then we go straight into payload, and then we import the payload, the amount of fuel that we're gonna have, which is 4.2 tons of kilogram, 4,200 kilograms of fuel, and then we click on apply load and instant. We already have this, and then for takeoff, we change the route because we are actually taking off from runway 35, and we sync in, and also we have to update the weight because the weight now with the fuel and the cargo is 58, sorry, still like applying. 59580 59580 59 580, and we update this weight of the plane, and then we calculate the speeds that we're going to use for takeoff, and then we send them to the flight planner, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so once we have this done, then we have to click on our int operations, init. So here we're gonna put the name of the flight, which is I'm gonna send this to the AI real quick. I know that here we need to update the name of the flight, but I don't know the name of the flight. I'm gonna let the AI find that out for me. So actually, the first step that we have to do here is we have to select SK. What is it? SKRG is going to be our ALTN. Okay, so we click on here, we click on return, we have SKRG already, and then the number of the flight we can have. This actually doesn't affect, but let's put the name, which is N. The name of our flight is N251. I have to N251 SB. That's done. The cost index is actually 24, so we have to update this. And the cruise altitude, the cruise altitude that we're going to use is 24,000 feet. So 240, and we put that in. Okay, that's correct, and this is correct. Okay, so we are done with the init. And then on performance, we can put this. We can insert the value that already come from the calculations that we did. So we click on confirm the data, and that is pretty much it here. Then for fuel prediction, we have to update these numbers because according to our what? We have a 4.2 tons of fuel, so we have to update. We have to update that. So this is going to be 5. Sorry, what was it? 4.2, 221. No, this is we have to take we have to update this with some information that comes from the flight planner. So it's actually 56.5. So let's update it. 56.5 slash 227. Okay, and then where is the weight? 56. Yeah. Then the fuel prediction is complete with these numbers, and we have extra time, which is like 0.5, 15 minutes extra time. So we're actually low on fuel, to be honest with you. I don't like this. We could add a little bit of more fuel, maybe. So because we're adding more fuel, we are going to have to update the speeds for takeoff, which is going to be now 61,097. And then we calculate the new speeds, and then we send them to the planner. And then we have to update this. I think they were already. No. Take off. What is going on? 27, B1 27, BR 27, B2 130. So let's update these values. 27 here. Oh, confirm data. Yeah, confirm with confirmed data. We update this, so that's good. We check on init again. This is okay. And performance, okay. This is okay. Next phase. CLV, this is okay. CLV cruise 24. And this is approach. This approach thing we have to do in our when we are descending to the airport. Okay, so this is also radio navigation is also going to be updated when we land. We can check our fuel protection that we have now. We should have. Okay, should have more extra time actually. No. Because the payload now fuel is 57.35. Okay. I think it's okay. So now let's go to our planner. So we have to make sure that the departure, as we can see from the website, the departure is 35. So we choose departure is going to be 35, and 35 into AJA to F. The transition is AJA to F. So 35 into AJA to F. We click here. We have no transition. We click on insert, and then we go back to our AJA. And AJA, as we can see, AJA, from AJA we go route 431, G431 into Gypso, and then A57, 577 into Bulam. So let's add those two airways for AJA. So the first one is going to be, again, G431. And into Gypso. And the second route we have is A567 into Vulam. So A567 into Bulam. Okay, that's it. And we insert. So now we have our plan, Bucaramanga into Asia. From Asia we go route 431 into Gypso, and from Gypso we go 567 into Bulam, and then we start our descent into Bogota. So our descent, which is the arrival, we are going to arrive in 14L, and the transition is going to be Bula 70. That was our transition zone. Maybe I can show you guys the approach here. So we are coming from this area. Pretty much, as we can see here, we're coming from Bucaramanga, from Gypso into Bulam, and we go Gypso into Bulam. Here we have to have already like 12,000 feet, and then in this Bulam into Dorsa, this is where the approach starts, and this is what we can see on the chart. So we're approaching this into Bulam 7D, and as we can see here, our altitude has to be 12,000 when we get into Bulam for turning, but the speed has to go from 250 And at this point where we get into the last miles from this route, we have to have a speed of 195. So this is pretty much what we're gonna do. 12,000 is our what we are aiming to do when we get to this point. Okay. So we insert this, and we can see that we have a route. A route is complete. And we can check actually with if we going to plan, we can check actually. I would like to have this as a what, custom camera. Maybe should be a custom camera. Yeah, let's call it. So as we can see here, if we go back, we are right now in Bucaramanga, Colombia. But as we go up our plan, we can see we go into Ija into Gypso into Bulam. From Bulam we get into Dorsa, and here in Dorsa is where we start our. In Bulam actually we have to have 12,000, as we can see here, 12,000, and we're gonna maintain 12,000 until we get from Bulam into Bogota. So 12,000, but here the speed is 195, and then from this we start reducing our speed, and we start the approach here with ILS, and we're gonna get from 12,000 until from 12,000 to 10,000 pretty much, and then is the final approach is gonna be at 10,000 pretty much. Okay, so yeah, we're kind of ready. I think we're ready. We have like a little flaps configuration here. These are the speed brakes. Here's the gear, and yeah, the engines are already started. So we have the config. The bleed is on, so it should be okay. So yeah, I'm pretty. Let's start this thing. So I'm gonna take out the brakes and apply full thrust, and we're living this thing. So let's go. Full thrust. We release the brakes, and we go. Go. Okay, we have to change the direction a little bit because we are turning so much onto the left, and we already have rotation, but I'm not gonna rotate right now, but I'm gonna wait a little bit more, and then rotation. Not too much force, just like this. 10 degrees is fine. And then the gear should be up, so let's take the gear up, and let's apply the automatic pilot so that we what is this? We're gonna put here 24,000, which is all crew altitude, and let's check that we are actually increasing. Yeah, we're increasing, but we have a limit. We have a limit in 9,000, so the airplane is gonna go to 24,000, but it's gonna stop a little bit at 9,000 because it has a restriction from the flight planner. I think it's not gonna reach 24,000 until we get into this area. So everything looking good. 227 speed. And then we start turning. As you can see, we are turning. We are turning into Asia. So as we can see here, we are going to go from using route BG 924, which is already programmed. The plane is going to go onto Asia, which is the next point. And we are going to climb until 9,000 feet. And we still need to go 1,000 more. And 9,000 feet is gonna allow us to stop for a little bit until we, as we can see, look at this. So 9,000 feet when we reach this point, but then from this we're gonna try to go onto cruise altitude, which is 24,000. But as soon as we get cruise altitude, we have to start getting ready for the approach, which is gonna be a mess. You know, I don't want to say this, but I still haven't done it well. But maybe today is the first time. Actually, I have to turn this to standard because the barometric pressures change when we leave the city. So we have to do that as well here. Set to standard, but we have to be careful because when we arrive to Bogota, we have to go back again from standard to the barometric pressure of the airport, which is kind of like messy. So we have 227 speed, that's good. And we're climbing now, we're past the 9,000, so we're climbing from 9,000 onto 24,000, which is the cruise altitude, and everything looking good so far. Everything looks good so far. Okay, so let's check. So we are 19 nautical miles away from Asia. So yeah, we still have a long way to go. But when we turn from Asia onto Gypso, here, approximately here in the middle of this route, that's when we start to our descent, and we have to reduce our speed to 200 knots, and our altitude to 12,000. So we're gonna start when we are here on Ilsep. we're gonna start preparing for descent, and we're gonna start programming the. Actually, you know what? Before that, when we are in AK, in AXOC, when we're in AXOC, we're gonna start preparing the plane because it's a mess. You know, like it's very crazy, crazy stuff. So if I start doing it here, it's gonna be too late, and it's gonna be a mess. And so yeah, let's do it. Let's do it here. So we still are increasing our altitude, and we're supposed to stabilize at 24,000, which is our cruise altitude. And we can see here that we are not even in the middle of the flight. But when we are in the middle here, more or less here is when we start preparing for landing. Okay, we're turning now. We are turning. Okay, we're getting a warning. Master warning. I have no idea what this is. Maybe the blitz. It's on. No idea what this is. No idea. Okay, so let's start. Okay, even though we still have a long way to go because we said that in AXAP we were going to start preparing for descent, but you know what? Actually, we're gonna start right freaking now. I don't care. Let's do it. Let's do it right now, cause like this is so difficult, I guess, in my opinion. So let's go first to the performance. This is the performance, and then we go. Actually, I don't know if I should activate the. I don't think we need to activate the approach first. Oh my God! Again, what is this? Something's going wrong, but what is this? 24,000. Oh, maybe this one. Auto throttle. Maybe I needed to. Oh yeah, overspeeding. We are not getting to the speed that we were planning because we didn't have the auto throttle on. So maybe that's why. That's what's happening. Let me ask something here. Okay, so the battle reference mode, we have to change uh, the barometric reference mode when we are descending, when passing like 19,000 descending into Bogota. That's why we start changing from standard onto QNH, and then also the rad navigation we have to switch it once the approach is active in the flight plan, which we haven't activated yet. So here we can see in performance that we haven't activated the approach phase yet. So let's check. We're almost close to AXUP, and I said that from AXUP into Gypso we can start descending. I don't care. We will start descending from this point on, because it's better to do things earlier than to do things late under pressure. Okay, so yeah, we're very close to accept. So let's start. Let's start with the altitude. Let's go to 12,000. Click on. We start descending, and the speed. Let's go to 200. So we should start descending now. Maybe we can put a little bit of speed brakes. %, maybe. Just to let a little bit just to let the plane 200. Yeah, so 200 speed should be okay. Let's see with speed brakes. Yeah, we're 217. We're slowing down. Let's do 50%. Okay. So now that we are slowing down, so I guess here we can start with the standard stuff, barometric. So we hold here, set 1913. We go to the other side and we do the same. And then we start with the here we start with our thing. Right, so right navigation, we start with the right navigation. So before activating the approach, we have to enter in the MCDU performance approach the QNH, which is QNH. What is the QNH of the airport? Airports. El Dorado. So the QNH is the altimeter. So we put 1027. 1027. Temperature 17 right now in Bogota. And okay, let me reduce the speed a little bit more. But actually, let me reduce the speed. No, let me just keep the brakes a little bit. So we are at 14,000. We're close to the 12,000, which is our target altitude. So let's continue with the Mach wind, and the wind is gonna be 110/07. Dorsa. So when we get into Dorsa is when we have to activate the approach. Jepso, Volam, Dorsa. I think Dorsa is this one. Let's see. Let's confirm. Gypso, Volam, Dorsa. Dorsa is actually where we turn for final approach. This is Dorsa. Okay, so the computer is accelerating the engines because, so that means that we don't need the brakes anymore, because we already got the 12,000 and the speed is 195. So we are okay. Let's see if we can insert the radio navigation data right now or not. Let's ask AI. You know, the first time that I did this flight, I almost crashed with these mountains. I didn't know, like, these mountains are huge, and I was going 10,000 because I thought that the altitude was supposed to be 10,000, but I hadn't seen the chart which said that it was 12,000 actually. So I almost crashed with these mountains at 10,000 feet. Where is the city? I don't see, do you guys see the Bogota city? I don't see this. Okay, so let's do the radio navigation. So rad navigation data. So CRS. Course 135. Yeah, we have wing 1110 007 barrel 8560. So let's go 8560. We forgot to put this here. And the radio, what is the radio? Maybe do we even need radio? Okay, so I think in Dorsa, so we can intercept the ILS. Okay, so let's see how we are doing. We are getting into Gypso and then into Bulan. We are already at 12,000. So we should be okay because we are the correct altitude and we are at the correct speed. So we should be fine. We have to turn here and then do this. So the city should be around there behind the mountains. Are you kidding me? Okay, so maybe he's talking about diesel. He's talking about this. Okay, so apparently at diesel, the plane is gonna start on its own to okay, starting to Bulam. Should I AP1 and AP2 both or not? Okay, so now at Bulan we can already start activating the LS, and this will display our localizers. So here, when we click on LS, we can see two diamonds in purple. So let's do that. LS here and LS here. And now we should see two diamonds. So when we I don't see the diamonds yet, maybe because we're not aligned, but let's wait. So we have LS activated, and now apparently at Dorsa, well, let me see. Bula Dorsa. Okay, so here's where approach mode kicks in. Why the heck do I don't see the diamonds? Okay, so let me review again the speeds because I don't want to mess it up. So 195, 12,000. Bulam 7D, 12,195. So we're good. 195, 12,000. So we're good. We're gonna keep on this altitude and this speed until we are here on final approach. Look at the bottom scale. Okay, so that's why. Wow. So this the interception, we cannot see the interception because we are not we are flying perpendicular to this line, so we don't see it. But once we turn, we should be able to see it. It's crazy. With diesel. Ah, there's a little confusion. Okay, so wait, actually, oh my god, this AI is going to it's gonna make me crazy. Cause twice it has many mistakes. I think we're gonna press. Okay, so we get the GS and lock. Okay, we press this, we get GS and lock. Okay, now we see the diamonds. Now we see the diamonds. And they're getting yeah. Once aligned, lock will turn green and take over. Okay. So yeah, it's slowly. Yeah, crazy. It is slowly. The diamonds are slowly turning until lock takes control of the ship. Okay. Let's press AP1, AP2. And lock is taking control. Lock is taking control, dude. Lock is taking control. Cat 3 Duo. Yeah. Lock is taking control, bro. And they're lining the diamonds. Woo. Flaps 2 now. Okay, let's do flaps 2 now. Flaps 2. And let's put let's put the brakes medium. Auto brakes medium on. Okay. Wait. Yeah, I need to check. I need to check this. Okay, I think I'm gonna do full flaps. get this. Approach is on. What do you mean? Come on, dude, don't do this to me. Okay, bro. Okay, so we are descending. Lock is in control apparently. Lock is in control. We are too fast. We are too freaking fast.
Minimum.
Gear down.
4. 100. 54 compared to 20. Retail.
Ah. No, 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 no. Oh. What the heck? No. Full, full, full.
54 20. Retail 5. Retail.
No way, bro. No way. We have to do a turnaround. That is a fail. Wow, we just failed. We just failed. That's crazy. Oh no. No, 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 no. That's crazy. Okay, so another day we will continue doing it again. That was the second attempt and it failed, so anyway, I'm gonna call it a day for today.